Welcome to Thoughts Roundup. It's so nice to be with you. I want to tell you today about a small town. I ought to know about small towns. I imagine the town I'm going to tell you about is a lot bigger than the town I came from. I probably mentioned to you that our town was so small that the closest we ever come to having a heavy industry was a 300-pound Avon lady. But I'll tell you about a small town that it was big enough to have a park. And they finally got enough money together to get a statue made out of marble of a horse. And everyone in the town had been waiting on the horse to get there. So one day, the sculptor came out. They had the horse on the trailer, and they had it covered up with a canvas. The photographer was out there. The editor of the little old magazine there in town, they were there. And it was just a big occasion. Just everyone that could get off work or was off work was there, because they wanted to see where their money had gone for their beautifying their park. And all of a sudden, they jerked the canvas off of that, and everyone gasped. It actually looked like the horse was going to run out of the park. It was so alive. Everything, it just looked so real. And so the editor asked the sculptor, said, how were you able to make that and make it so lifelike? He said, no problem. No problem at all. He said, you see, I just took a big piece of marble and a hammer and a chisel, and I cut away everything that didn't look like a horse on that piece of marble. That's the way I did it. Well, that kind of tells another story, you know. Said, I've had people say, well, how can I live right? How can I live good? How can I live holy? How can I do it right? And I'd always tell them, in my mind, since I got this, I tell them, you just take a hammer and chisel and you cut away everything that don't look like God. You take away everything that don't feel like God. It doesn't sound like God. Yeah. That's the way. That's the way to do it. Just take everything that's not God away. Thank you.